Welcome back. It is Friday, July 26th in the MLB. Our 5 best bets are on the way. It is Austin joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. As frustrating as it gets. We had a great streak, 0-3. Just bad reads. I'm going to be honest. Gunnar Henderson, he looked lost at the plate for AB. He's got a single in his last one. Did reach on an error, but that should have been an error. Parlay of the day, we needed Severino to go 6. He was getting into the 5th. I think him to go 6 was about minus 250. He did not get out of the 6th. He stunk it up there. And then our Athletics and Angels under 5 might have been dono of the day worthy, as both those pitchers just got rocked. Today it will soar under, but I guarantee you we will not be on it. But either way, just 0-5, just a disaster of a day. It's been our whole season long. We have some good days. We string together on 4 straight winning days, and then we just lose it all on one of those days. Still up about 2 units post All-Star break. Had a lot of good days of reads in a row. Yesterday, the reads just weren't there. But today, really like the card we got going today. We got 5 picks, and we're going to dive right into them. As always, we are doing the breakdown every Monday through Friday. That's on the second channel. This will be the last time it's on the second channel. Typically, will be posted before this video, where I break down every single game and look at things that might stick out to me. Maybe not make the official card that we're going to talk about right now, but maybe are some things that if you want to see how my thoughts on maybe a Diamondbacks-Pirates game later tonight, you can certainly hear those in the breakdown posted on the second channel right before this video. Go check it out. It's linked at the top of the description. Like I said, it will be live on our channel, Calling Our Shot, the one you're watching right now, every Monday through Friday starting on Monday. But I'm going to dive into the picks today, and the first one is going to be one that we need to bounce back. Parlay of the day. It's back, baby, and we're going for another plus money winner. Haven't cooked it up yet. Yesterday, Severino, he just screwed us. But we're going to go back here, dive in, find another parlay that's plus money, try to deliver a winner to y'all. So go check it out. Link down below in the description in the pinned comment. It should be live around 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern time. Go check it out. We need a winner there. My first pick of the day, I'm going out to Philadelphia, where Logan is, and I need some good vibes from him because I'm taking the Phillies. First 5 run line, minus the half. It's my first pick of the day. It's currently about minus 120 on Fanatics, minus 125 on DraftKings. Much more juiced on FanDuel. Honestly, there's really not a lot of picks we take on FanDuel these days. We're going to be honest. FanDuel, not a good book for betting baseball. If that's your only book, I apologize because, they just seem to juice everything that feels like a winner there. I don't mind it. Obviously, you can take it there, but minus 135 compared to minus 125, you're just costing yourself money if you continue to take things on FanDuel that are much more juiced when you could just go to even a DraftKings, a very popular book. It's much better there. But let's talk about why I like the Phillies. Now, let's look at them. Right now, they got Christopher Sanchez going against Ben Lively. Now, Christopher Sanchez, not a guy back on the road, but at home, he's been really good. A 1.5 ERA and a 0.9 whip at home. He's been dominant. He's been one of the best pitchers at home in the MLB. And this is the Guardians offense. Knock on wood, they've been struggling. Hopefully they don't figure it out today, but bottom 10 against lefties, pretty much every metric. Also really struggling with runners in scoring position. I kind of pull up all the stats in the breakdown, but 164 over the last 2 weeks, runners in scoring position. Please don't figure it out today. Now we need, obviously, a decent start at Christopher Sanchez, but he can't do it all. He can't swing the bats. This is not the old NL where the pitchers get up at the plate and they can try to help themselves. This is the new NL where we have the designated hitters and all those guys, and we need the Phillies bats to step up. They have struggled versus right-handed pitching. If you watch the breakdown, I kind of put down their splits, how they've been doing against righties. They've been kind of struggling. However, a lot of those schemes that are in the last 2 weeks have been all on the road. We know this Phillies offense, not as good on the road as they are at home. They have been really, really good. One of the best offenses at home in baseball at Citizens Bank Park. And I'm trusting that they can get things going against Ben Lively. Ben Lively is one of only, I believe, 1 or 2 pitchers today that has an earned runs line at 3.5. They don't give earned runs line outside of Coors Field. We don't count Coors. To 3.5 unless they think you're at least getting rocked and giving up some runs. So I really think the Phillies bats show up. They've been bad against righties recently. Coming back home, had a day off yesterday. I think they figure things out. We need Sanchez to hold things down, but we also need some runs off Lively. He's been pretty good. My only concern here is Lively's been pretty good against lefties, and we know the Phillies are going to stack some lefties in there, but the fact they got his 3.5 earned runs line, I'm just trusting the books, know how to set that line. If we can get 2 and 3 runs maybe off of Lively, not even cash that earned runs line at 3.5 over, we can just get 2 or 3. Really feel like Sanchez can hold things down against the Guardians offense. It's been struggling recently against lefties. So Christopher Sanchez, good start. Phillies bats show up. That's my first pick of the day. But Logan, throwing it to you for a pick I really like. Where are you headed?
Yeah, it's a team that's respected our money for a lot of the year. It's going to be the Cincinnati Reds on the money line, minus 105 odds on DraftKings is your best value there. We find the Reds as a slight favorite on the road on some books. They're slight, it's a pick 'em essentially. So here they are in a pick 'em. Why are they priced like this? Well, you get the Rays. They won 13-0 yesterday, looking like a football score. They just traded away the face of that team, though, Randy Arozarena. The morale won't be high in the clubhouse. I mean, that's just like that's human aspect of it. Your leader, your more face of the team guy, Randy. He's gone. No more Randy land in Tampa Bay. And how do they pick up the pieces? How do they respond in their first game home after being on the road and now facing a Reds team that I think is definitely live in this one? They're starting for the Rays today is Shane Baz, 3.95 ERA and a 1.76 WHIP. I want to mention that WHIP being almost a 1.8, that ERA being sub 4. I mean, that it's obviously due some regression there. I could see that ERA shooting up a little bit. When you have a WHIP normally that high, you see the ERA normally higher than that. And it makes sense too, because Shane Baz is allowing a 364 batting average to lefties, 273 batting average with runners in scoring position. Those are going to be key today, especially against a Reds team with several lefties in the lineup. And can they get those timely hits? The Reds are one of those teams that, obviously if they're not getting the home runs at Great American Ballpark, they are a team that has to string together those hits with runners in scoring position. If they don't, they're likely getting shut out and making me look stupid. But if they are getting those hits, and I think they do against Shane Baz today, they will be putting up some runs in there. And if you look at Shane Baz, he's not missing a lot of bats. He's allowed a nearly 300 batting average in all 3 of his starts this season. So again, it takes pitchers a while, to figure out how do I put away hitters on the major league level. Shane Baz obviously returning from injury. He knows how to do it. He just hasn't completely figured it out this year. And over the last 14 days against righties, the Reds are 7th in batting average, 3rd in OPS, and 4th in WRC+. All metrics telling me they should be able to get to Shane Baz today. I like the Reds to score some runs and give Nick Lodolo some run support. Nick Lodolo starts for the Reds, 3.51 ERA and a 1.12 WHIP. Now, Nick Lodolo hasn't been great in July. Won't lie to you there. 4 earned runs in 2 of his last 3 starts, but his earned run line today set to 1.5. Obviously, you get juiced on the over, but I like seeing a guy like Nick Lodolo with such a generous earned run line, telling me he should go out and pitch a pretty solid showing. This is also a good matchup for Lodolo. Last 14 days versus lefties, the Rays are 23rd in batting average, only hitting 197. They're hitting sub 200 against lefties. Hopefully they don't figure it out today, but 17th in OPS, 15th in WRC+, so middle of the pack in those numbers. But if the Rays are just not able to get to Lodolo, this could be a pretty easy win for us. And missing Randy isn't a loss. They can't make up for. They can definitely plug in, a right-handed bat like Randy, a power righty. But the Reds or the Rays, it's about continuity. You have a certain lineup. You have Randy batting in the certain part of the lineup. And also, what if I'm a player in the Rays organization, what I'm thinking in the back of my mind is who's next, right? Continuity is key in baseball. And when you take out a big piece of the lineup like Randy, it messes up a lot of the flow of some of these hitters. And obviously, what I mentioned is the Rays are probably going to stack righties in this lineup. Well, that's actually good for Lodolo because he's tough on righties. He's only allowing a 210 batting average to righties in this lineup. So we look at Lodolo. I think he has a solid matchup. Brandon Lau yesterday, 4 for 4. I mean, hopefully he got the legacy game out of the way because damn, I mean, I didn't see that coming. But I really do like the starting pitching edge there. And then we go to the bullpens. Over the last 14 days, Reds 3.00 bullpen ERA, Rays 4.32 ERA in their bullpen. I see an advantage there for the Reds bullpen. I do like the Reds late game. They know how to get those timely hits in the late game as well. Put the game away, give us a little insurance runs. Love the Reds on the money line. They've respected my money a lot of the year. And you know what? When we're looking for a win, we need a win badly. I want a team that I can trust. Love the Reds as my pick of the day. But also, you got one more. Where is it?
Yeah, I really like the Reds today. I almost took them too. So I think they get the job done. They've been a team that have been good to us this season. Let's hope they continue that. Now, I have 2 picks technically. One of them has been moved pretty significantly, and I'll talk about why. I'll start with the one that's not, crazy too high value. It's a 2-leg same game parlay. Royals team total under 6.5, parlayed with Cubs team total under 6.5. This is minus 140 on Fanatics. Now, you could take the Cubs down to 5.5 and get you closer to minus 110. If I did that, I know the Cubs would put up 6, and that would really annoy me if I did that. I really like this game to be low scoring. I like the under at 9 or 9.5. But I've done a couple of these, two-leg SGPs or the race to 6 or 7, neither option this season. And knock on wood, they've been undefeated. A little sweaty sometimes, but I like the full game under. But the line's moving down to 9, and I need both these teams to not score 7. I feel like that has a better chance of hitting than the under at 9. I mean, unless the team wins 7-1 or 7-0, 7-2, you're going to lose that under. So I like this a lot better. Now, let's talk about these two pitchers, Kyle Hendricks and Brady Singer. I'll start with Singer. I really like him. I think he has a pretty good outing today against the Cubs. I mean, this is a guy in the Cubs offense that's been pretty bad. I mean, they've been reeling. They kind of seem to be turning over a new leaf. Maybe they trade some guys soon. They've been bottom 10 in basically every metric versus righties. That was after a very good start to July, post All-Star break. Pretty dang bad. But Singer, 2.43 ERA and a 203 batting average allowed at home. He's been really good. We've actually faded Singer a few starts ago in Boston because he really struggles against lefties. Well, that was good against Boston because the Boston literally can stack 7 really good lefties. The lefties I fear in the Cubs lineup, really not a lot. I mean, we're talking about Ian Happ, who's a switch hitter, Michael Busch, Tauchman, PCA. I mean, their best one, Cody Bellinger's still hurt. They're all guys that I'm really not scared of. If those are the guys that beat me today, tip my cap. They're still going to need to put up 7 runs to beat me. Now the Royals, and then when Singer comes out, Royals bullpen 2.81 ERA, 10th best in the majors last 2 weeks. Had the day off yesterday, should be pretty well rested. This likely comes down to the man, the myth, the legend, the professor, Kyle Hendricks. 6.69 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP. I feel like anyone that's loading up their sportsbook and they're seeing Kyle Hendricks versus Brady Singer, 3 ERA versus a guy with a near 7, I'm going to add Royals money line minus 150 into every parlay. If that's free, I know nothing. But at the same time, Hendricks doesn't need to be perfect today. He started off really poorly on the season. He gave up 5, 7, and 4 earned runs in his first 5 starts. There's a reason his ERA is at 7. You don't just get that willy-nilly. You have to earn that. But at the same time, they moved into the bullpen, and he's looked good. Good, knock on wood. His last 6 starts since June 15th when he had his bullpen stint, then he started starting, 4.45 ERA, obviously much lower than the near 7 that he has. In those games, 1, 2, 7, 2, 0, and 3 earned runs. We cannot afford a 7 today. We can't. But at the same time, I like this spot for him. And I'll talk about why. Have the Royals been really good against righties? Yes, they've been good at home. But I talked about this before. The Royals are a team that are exceptional at home against righties. Sure, I'll give them credit there. But the Royals are also a really good team at not striking out. Fewest strikeouts this season, at least I believe, to righties. That's not a problem here because Kyle Hendricks is not a guy that gets strikeouts. His strikeout line is 2.5. He does not get the Ks. And that's good for us because you think about guys that need those strikeouts or they get hit hard. Those are the guys that struggle against the Royals. A guy like Kyle Hendricks, he's not expecting to get Ks. He needs to pitch with location. And that's exactly why I want to back him today. If you think about the last time I took an under in Kansas City, as was with Drew Thorpe on the mound, another guy that doesn't get any Ks but relies on soft contact, and he gave up 0 earned runs in the first 5 to the Royals. I don't remember if he ended with 0 or 1 or whatever, but he pitched really well against them because he doesn't count on strikeouts. Same thing for Hendricks. He is 96th percentile in average exit velocity, 88th in hard hit percentage, 70th in barrel percentage, 63rd in ground ball percentage. If you can keep the ball on the ground versus the Royals, you have a pretty good chance at doing well. They can ground into some double plays. They have some double play threats in there. Salvador Perez, I talked about him in the breakdown, pretty bad splits against Kyle Hendricks. Maybe he gives us a double play or two. Wouldn't shock me. Same time, like if the soft contact's working for Kyle Hendricks, we should be good. If it's not, we're going to need to pray. But I think he can pitch decently. His earned runs line is only 2.5. Sure, it's a little bit juiced on the over, minus 130, minus 150. But I think he can pitch decently. If he can only give up 3 or 4 earned runs and 5 or 6, I don't hate that. We look at the Cubs bullpen, 1.21 ERA, second best in the majors the last 2 weeks. Cubs bullpen, which was a weakness early on in the season, quietly become into a strength. If the Royals are winning, we don't have to worry about them batting in the 9th inning. So maybe that saves us too. I just think Kyle Hendricks pitches decently today. Maybe not, a masterclass 5 innings pitch, 0 earned runs, but I really like Singer and Hendricks to get the job done. It's a little race to 7 neither, or take the SGP. SGP was better value, which is why I did it like that. But again, I like this game to go a little bit under. Could still go 6-5 and we still cash, whereas the over under at 9 or 9.5 loses. I think there's way too many ways that this can cash. Is it minus 140? Yes. Is a little juiced? Yes. But at the same time, I really like this play. I don't do these 2-leg SGPs and I like minus 140. Heck, I don't give out any minus 140s unless I really, really like the pick. And I don't see a lot of ways it loses. I think that's the case today. Cubs and Royals, both team total under 6.5 as a 2-leg SGP. And the final pick of the day, which I'll wrap up real quick because it has moved significantly. It's my man, Drew Thorpe. of the White Sox under 2.5 earned runs. I'm not going to talk long about this. I gave this out last night to our DubClub and our COS All-Stars. So if you pay for early access, hopefully you locked it in. It was minus 130. It has since been moved to minus 170. Obviously, I wouldn't play it there. Heck, I'd probably play it as the parlay of the day in there if that were the case, and I hadn't played it as a straight already. I really like him today. I love Drew Thorpe. Guy really good. He's been pitching really well. And the Mariners, despite trading for Randy, still a team struggling against righties. And Drew Thorpe's really good at getting that soft contact. His K prop is 5.5. I don't even think he's ever hit that before this season. I'm sure it's the Mariners, but Drew Thorpe doesn't get those strikeouts like that. I love Drew Thorpe today, and I've been waiting for him to start against the Mariners for like 4 days now. Since his last start when he started against the Royals, I'm back in Drew Thorpe today. But again, the line has moved a lot. I know it's not minus 130 anymore, so do whatever you want with it. Put it as a parlay piece with another thing you like or a juice reducer or something like that. Won't be in our parlay of the day, but I really like that. I really like the picks we got today, and we're going to go 5-0. We're bouncing back after yesterday's debacle, putting that behind us. We've been really good since the All-Star break. Let's have a really good day. Let's dominate. Again, if you want to check out the breakdown where I talk about every single game, you can check it out. It's linked on the screen on the second channel. Appreciate you guys as always. Parlay of the day should be live soon. Going to go cook up another plus money winner to get back the losing parlay from yesterday thanks to Severino. Let's have a great day. Have a great Friday. We'll see you guys back on Saturday with some more. Peace.